going. So you guys, I am so excited to have the opportunity to share with you a little bit more about the coach opportunity. And as you can see behind me, my vision board is covered with spelling words and states and capitals, because my kids come in here and they hang out in my office and they, get out the dry erase markers, they do their homework in here. And my business has really been a business that has grown over the years. It's been a business that has grown with our family. It is a business I feel incredibly blessed to get to be a part of, and I'm super excited to share this with you guys today. So what we're going to do is hold on one second. I'm just going to fix all right, we are good. Speaker view. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm really going to walk you guys through kind of my experience with the Beachbody business. I'm going to walk you through the coaching opportunity. I'm going to answer a lot of your questions for you too. I'm going to help you make sense of all of this. And by the end, you should have a pretty good understanding of whether or not you want to move forward with the coaching business. All right. So here's the scoop. I started coaching in July of 2011. All right. And I started coaching. Actually, I first got introduced to Beachbody because I needed to lose some weight. I have two boys, so Landon and Bryce. They're actually 9 and 10. Landon's going to be 11 on March 16th. And if we rewind 9 years ago now to 2011, I have an undergrad degree in psychology. I have a master's in special education. And so I decided, actually Matt and I, my husband and I, we had this plan where we knew without a doubt that I was going to leave my full-time job, that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. That was something that I really wanted to do. That was on my personal vision board. And so Matt and I, we aligned our spending, we aligned our savings, we planned for this opportunity for me to be a stay-at-home mom. And so in 2011, when Bryce was born, we started that transition. And so I left my job at that point in time, and we decided that we were going to save every spare penny that we had. And it was hard to go from 2 paychecks to 1 paycheck, 1 income. And I really struggled with it way more than I ever anticipated. So in my mind, I thought that being a stay-at-home mom meant that I was going to be able to just go to Target and shop and have lunch out with my girlfriends and be able to go on vacations and have play dates. And I was going to have these fabulous clothes and this awesome designer stroller. None of that happened. None of that. After we got done paying our bills at the end of every month, we probably had about $100 extra. So it was bare minimum. Somebody got sick, needed to go to the doctors, something in the house broke. That was our spending money. On top of that, I had gained over 70 pounds with each of my pregnancies. And then I never lost the weight in between. So I gained 70, sort of maybe was hanging on to additional 40. Then I gained another 70. And then I probably lost 30 or 40, but I had 30 plus pounds that I was still carrying around. And I've always been a tiny person. So all of a sudden I was at this point in my life where I didn't know how to lose weight. I had never gone to the gym. I was the girl that would sign up for the gym membership in January and that was nowhere to be found. By the end of the month, I was one of those people that you probably get super annoyed with. But I would start a group fitness class. I did Pilates, and then I would never finish it. I would buy a class pass and never finish it. And I was also the person that did low fat and fat free. So I would drink Diet Coke instead of regular Coke because I thought that was healthier. I would do, Equal and Splenda in my coffee. I had the low fat creamer, all of the smart ones, 100-calorie packs. I just had a very bad perception of what it meant to be healthy. And so it was this day in May, end of April, beginning of May. And in Pennsylvania, we switch around our clothes. So I had my winter clothes hanging in the closet. I was getting out my summer bin, my spring and my summer clothes. And as I was getting them out and I was trying things on, nothing fit. And it was like everything had changed, right? Everything had slightly shrunk, or everything had kind of changed shape. And so I found myself going, none of my clothes fit. None of my pants zip up. I look terrible. I can't afford to buy new clothes. And I just melted into a puddle of tears on the end of my bed. And it was at that moment in time that I went on Facebook and I made a Facebook post, which is so uncharacteristic of me because I'm not somebody that posted. I was very private. The only times I shared pictures was if it was my kids, if it was when they were born, a birthday, when we got our dog, when we got married. There was no day-to-day activity on my social media. But I posted about eating celery and trying to lose weight. And my now coach reached out to me and she said, "Hey, Melanie, I saw your post and I think I have something that can help you." And before I ever responded, I went to her page and I checked her out and I started to scroll on her Facebook. Her banner on her Facebook page was her before and after photo. Her kids, she had 2 kids about the same ages as my boys were. Her results were like her before photo was my body. And I would died at that moment to have her after photo. And so I became really inquisitive. So I started going through, I was reading all the comments, I was reading the things she was posting about nutrition. And so I was becoming more and more intrigued. And I am the kind of person that is like, yep, I'm in. If I know something looks good, I was like, yep, I'm in. Tell me what to do. And so I joined my very first Beachbody Challenge group. And she matched me up with a fitness program. At that time, I chose Insanity by Shaun T, which is probably one of the hardest fitness programs that you could possibly do. And I hadn't worked out in, 5 or 6 years. And so I, every single day, would go down to the storage room of our townhouse and I would press play on this workout and I would do the workout while Landon and Bryce were taking a nap. So I'd take the little baby monitor with me and I will never forget my workouts. Like I would get through the warm up and then I would lay face down on the carpet square in just like a puddle of sweat and tears because this was hard and how was I ever going to change my body? And I would go into the challenge group, which was a virtual online challenge group, and I would talk about this was hard. I hardly made it through the warm up. I can't believe I let myself go. I'm so out of shape, right? And so I was beating myself up, and these women would lift me up. They would say, "You're doing great. Keep going. Keep press and play." And they would encourage me with, "Hey, try this supplement. It helps reduce muscle soreness." And when I was having a hard time with understanding nutrition, they would help me with the nutritional side of things. And they would say to me like, "Hey, have you, start drinking more water. And here's how you plan out your meals. And here's how you bulk grocery shop." And this is where I learned how to eat clean. This is where I learned the process of actually fueling your body with good foods. This is where I learned proper portion size. This is where I learned how to read nutritional labels. And throughout the next 60 and 90 days, totally transformed my own life. And then I found myself naturally wanting to share it with other people. So I found myself wanting to actually talk to people about how I was doing, what I was doing. And so my coach had invited me, 7, 8, 9 times to sign up as a coach. And maybe that's what's going on with you guys. Maybe I keep showing up in your inbox. Maybe I keep showing up on your Instagram or Facebook and you're like, "Gosh, this girl, like there must be a reason why she keeps popping up in my life. I probably should do something about it," right? Or maybe the person that invited you here, you feel that way about. And so it's not an accident, right? It is on purpose. And I feel like Nikki invited me so many times because she saw something in me, just like we see that something in you too. And so in July of 2011, like I said before, did not have a lot of extra income. So I took the money that my parents gave me for my birthday and I invested in the startup kit for my coaching business. And I launched my business on Facebook and I've never looked back. And I will tell you that my husband, when he found out that I had signed up as a coach, these were his words: "That was the biggest waste of money. You are joining a business that doesn't work. It is a scam. It is a ripoff. You will never be successful at this. And I hope you enjoy that bag of powder because you're not buying it again." And I was like really irritated, but in the same breath, I was like, "Well, I'll show you. I will show you that I can make this work." And so I got to work and I had less than 100 friends on Facebook. I didn't have an Instagram account. I had 2 small little boys at home. But what I did was I had the desire to make a change. And so every day I got out my paper planner and I drug my laptop into the kitchen counter and I would put the baby monitor on. And every afternoon I would build my Beachbody business. And every evening after the boys would go to bed, I would build my Beachbody business. And I started at that time a blog because blogging was really big at that time. I started a blog and I started educating women on how to grocery shop and how to meal plan and how to stay motivated. All the things that I was learning myself were things I began to share. So on my social media, I would share these blog posts. I would share my progress updates. I would share recipes that were family friendly and kid approved because that's what was my life at that moment. And people began to say, how did you do it? And so I started running these virtual accountability groups and I began to help other people. But I am somebody that didn't know how to do that at the beginning. And I'm here to tell you that, number one, you don't have to figure it out on your own like I did. But I will tell you that the very first time I got on a team call with the organization that I'm a part of, I saw the coaches that they were recognizing. I saw these women that were hitting, their sales goals and they were making, $1,000 weeks. And I saw these people that were earning this trip to the Bahamas, right? They were going to Atlantis. They had earned this rewards trip. And then I saw these people that were buying their dream homes. And all of a sudden I was like, well, why not me? Why not me? If they can do it, so can I. And their stories were so relatable. They were just normal, average, everyday people. And so for me, it was just the fact that I needed to know that other real people were doing it. And they were teaching me how through these calls and these virtual events, just like I'm doing here with you guys. And it lit the fire for me. And I put it on my vision board and made myself a board. And it was like, I will get an invite to the very first Success Club trip that I can qualify for. And it was Disney. And so I did. I actually got the invite to Disney for helping 3 new people every single month get started on their fitness journey. And then I said, wouldn't it be crazy cool if I could pay off my student loan debt that was going to take us until Landon went to college. And so I put that on there and we worked hard and we were able to pay off that debt. And then I said, wouldn't it be crazy cool if I could walk across the stage as like one of the top coaches in the company? And I became elite. And then I became top 10. And then we've been able to buy our dream home, you guys. And all of these things have happened over the past 8 years because I had the courage to take a leap of faith and do something I had never done before. And so I'm here to tell you today that this small town girl from Mars, Pennsylvania, who had no idea how to post a live video, make an Instagram story, take a picture of yourself, make a video, post on Facebook. If I can do it, so can you. And I truly believe that everything boils down to just a few very simple things. Number one, you have to be coachable. So that means you have to be able to follow directions and you have to be somebody that is a self-starter and motivated. And that means that, look, I'm not hiring you to be a part of this organization, right? I am your mentor. So when you go out and you get hired for a job, you are guaranteed a salary, you're guaranteed a number of hours that you're going to work, and you have a job description that you're going to do. And it doesn't matter if you're, do the job perfect or not, you're still going to get paid unless you totally don't do it all and they're going to fire you. But in Beachbody, you buy your own franchise. So basically, you're investing the cost of a challenge pack, which is your startup kit that can range anywhere from $160 to $200+, depending on the package you choose. And that's your investment, right? So if you were going to buy a franchise, you would at least maybe invest $50,000 to $100,000 in a franchise. Still no guarantee of success, but at bare minimum, your cost to become a Beachbody coach, it's you getting in the best shape of your life. Like I looked at it that way. I'm like, well, I'm signing up to become a coach and I'm investing in myself. But I have limitless potential. I'm not employed by Beachbody and I don't get a raise when they tell me I can have a raise. If I am going to show up, learn and implement and do the things that I'm going to train you on, I'm going to earn an income. And the number of lives that I make an impact on, the number of people that I help to transform is going to be a direct reflection of my income. And if you want to take it another step further and you want to start to grow a team with Beachbody, which means I am helping you to get started with your Beachbody business, and because you're successful, right, then I do get a portion of that in what's called a team cycle bonus. But I'm not going to make money if you aren't successful. Does that make sense? So it's not the pyramid scheme. And a lot of times people go, oh, don't do network marketing. It's a pyramid scheme, but it's not. Because I am not just, that's illegal, by the way. You know, if I was getting paid to just sign people up, and I didn't care if you ever used the product or you actually went through a program or you had any success, that would be what we consider illegal. But it's not. And I only am going to earn because of your success, right? And so that's super important for you guys to remember, is that our success is all driven upon helping other people succeed. If you go into a corporate job, you're never going to make more than your boss makes, right? Your raise is going to be dictated by, your performance. And with Beachbody, you can pass me up, you can pass your sponsor up, you can absolutely create income that surpasses anybody else in the company, which I think is also an added perk. Also, I feel like the investment piece is super important to note too, that you have such a low investment, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that too. I did see a comment, Jennifer. We are in the United States, we are in Canada, we are in the UK, and we are getting ready to launch in France in just a few months. So we will be opening up in France as well. So we'll be opening up in a new country. All right. Okay. So gonna continue on. Coachability, right? Willingness to put yourself out there. So that's the number one thing that people say to me is, oh my gosh, like I am afraid of failure. I am afraid that people will judge me. I am afraid of putting myself out there on social media. And I am going to say this with all the love in my heart. You will have to get over that fear. You will just have to. And the only way you will get over that fear is by actually doing the activities. So this is the way, if you guys are into personal development, you'll know the name Mel Robbins. And Mel Robbins has this 5-4-3-2-1 tactic. And I live by this. So when I first started coaching, I knew that I had to get out there and share my story. So I made my first post where I told my story and I talked about my progress to date. I wasn't at my goal weight yet. I'd only lost about 10 of the 30 pounds total that I lost when I started my coaching journey. So I took that 10-pound transformation and I put it on my Facebook page. And I typed up a little story about myself. I let people know that I was a coach, and I let them know where they could find me. And so I had it all typed up, and then I went 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, post, go. And I just didn't even overthink it, and I walked away. I kind of did laps around my kitchen table, and I was like, should I delete it? Should I delete the post? No, it's fine. And people started commenting, oh my gosh, congratulations, you look great. How did you do that? Tell me more, right? And so what happened? Oh, good, you guys know Mel Robbins, perfect. And so what happened is it affirmed, it built my confidence. I got a little bit of feedback, and it made it less scary. Then I was like, well, let me share my recipe, like one of my favorite clean eating dinners that my kids will eat. And guess what happened? People were like, oh, can I have the recipe? Or, oh, what did your husband think? Or do you have another recipe? And so what I did was that reaffirmed I'm on the right track. And then sometimes I would post and it wouldn't get a lot of feedback. But the only way that I learned what people liked and didn't like and what my audience resonated with the most was through trial and error. So you have to be willing to put yourself out there in the response that not everything is going to succeed, but that you're going to figure that out in the process. Okay. All right. The other thing that you have to be willing to do is you have to be willing to manage your time. So this business actually is not hard at all. And I'm going to walk you through what we do as coaches, but I do believe that as a business owner, that we are adding Beachbody into our lives. Very few of you are going to come into coaching and say, I've got all the time in the world to build this business, right? A lot of you are going to come into this and say, I work a full-time job. I have 3 jobs. I have young kids, older kids, grandkids. You've got spouses that you are, continuing to foster your relationships with. And so it's not like Beachbody comes in and just replaces the income on day one. And that was like hard. That's a hard transition sometimes. So what I want you guys to do is I use this calendar. It's called the Rise Up Planner. It is through Beachbody, or it's not through Beachbody. Another Beachbody coach created it, but it's amazing. You can get it on Amazon. And in this planner, this is how I manage my time. So if you look at this, you can see like I've highlighted the things I've already done, and I use pencil because I will write down my entire day, my kids, like our basketball games, things that I've got to do, doctor's appointments that I have, everything is in one place, right? And so when I started coaching, I created this structure where I said, okay, I need to have time to work out. So when is that going to be? Is it going to be first thing in the morning? Is it going to be late at night? Right? And so I decided, write it in. I'm going to write it into the calendar like it's a meeting with my boss that I can't miss. So I would write that into the calendar. Then I would say, okay, maybe for you, you have a day job from 8 to 5, but you have a 1-hour lunch break. So maybe what you say is, all right, instead of going out to lunch or sitting in the break room, I'm going to sit in my office and I'm going to eat my lunch and I'm going to do an hour of work for my Beachbody business. And so every day you have this hour that you have carved out. And maybe you say to yourself, I'm going to do some stuff in the evening. I'll put my kids down to bed, or maybe you don't have kids and so your evenings are free. And so maybe it's from like 6 to 8 o'clock at night or 9 to 11 at night. But I started to block out pockets of time where I could build my business. Sometimes it was heavier on the weekends when Landon and Bryce were itty bitty, and sometimes it was a lot of evenings, especially when they were younger and Matt was gone all day long and I was at home with the boys, right? And so I had these pockets of time where prior to Beachbody, I was watching TV. I was reading magazines. I was scrolling social media. I was, going out to lunch or whatever it is I was doing at that time, watching soap operas. That was a big one that I used to do. And now all of a sudden I decided that I had this vision for my life and it looked different. It looked like freedom. And that freedom meant that I had to make a short-term sacrifice in my free time in order to have the freedom to do the things I wanted to do, to earn the trips, to pay off the debt, to leave that job maybe you absolutely hate, or to create a business that makes you feel fulfilled and gives you joy. In order for us to move from where we are today to where we want to be, we've got to be willing to make sacrifices. And I truly think that it is important for you to know going into this, when am I going to make it happen? And here's the one thing I'm going to tell you. I will tell you that you will always make time for the things that are important to you. And you will always make excuses for the things that you're not ready to commit to yet. So one of the activities that you can do is say to yourself, can I find 1 to 2 hours, maybe 2 hours a day that I can build this business? Or can I find weekend time that I am willing to devote to building my business? And if the answer is yes, then I think this would be a good challenge for you, right? And here's the thing. I always say this phrase, I am willing to make the short-term sacrifice. I am willing to do right now what others are not willing to do so that I can have what other people wish they could have 3 to 5 years from today. And so what that means is that your sacrifice now in maybe not watching TV, or maybe not scrolling the news feed, or maybe getting up an hour earlier because you have to try to build your Beachbody business up so that you can get it to the income level so you can leave that other job or make that transition to something else. But we can't get there unless we're willing to make the short-term sacrifice. So ask yourself, am I willing to do the work that's required to get there? All right. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about how. Maybe how many of you are like, yes, I absolutely am willing to do this. Like I see it. I envision a different life for myself and I'm ready to make that happen. I want to inspire and I want to help other people. The next step is, what do we do? What does a Beachbody coach do? Do we just play on Instagram all day long? Do we just post on Facebook? No. That is part of our job, and our job is, we're just not playing. Our job is to motivate, to inspire, but to educate people. And especially when I first launched my business, I was nervous about being so open on Facebook, especially when I hadn't been somebody that had posted on social media a lot before. So I want to build trust and credibility. So I need to educate people. So once a day, you will show up on whatever platform, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and you are going to educate or inspire or motivate people. And that means maybe you are really passionate about veganism or clean lifestyle, or, you know, maybe you are somebody that has suffered adrenal fatigue. And so you're going to educate people on those topics. And so maybe you show up and you teach people, here is how to meal plan, or this is what a proper food size looks like, or here is how you curb late night snacking. And so what happens is you're educating people. So that's one part of what we do. The second part of what we do is we run something called online support and accountability groups. We have two ways of running these groups. The first one is through what we call the Challenge Tracker app. So Beachbody created an app for us to run our virtual support groups. It allows us to post content of the day for our challengers to read or do. It allows us to post short videos. It allows us to monitor and track our customers' results. It allows other people to track their Shakeology, their workouts. It allows our people, everybody in the challenge group, to get to know one another, and it takes it off of the Facebook platform. So that's one way you can run your virtual groups. The second way you can run your virtual groups is through Facebook, which is what I do. And the reason I do that is because that's where my market hangs out for the most part. Anytime I've tried to do the app-based groups, people are like, we don't like it. We want to go back to Facebook because that's where we hang out. So I will tell you that I run mine through challenge groups. My challenge groups through Facebook. And so what a challenge group is a couple of different things, and they can look so different. That's the fun part. Beachbody is the platform. So Beachbody gives us fitness programs like, 21-day fix and 80-day obsession. And we have nutritional programs like the ultimate portion fix and to be mindset. We have a 21-day ultimate reset. We have a 3-day plant-based cleanse. We have all these different workouts that you can follow, and they all can be streamed through our Beachbody on-demand platform. So our job is to decide, am I going to run a 30-day group? Am I going to just do it based on, for example, Bar Blend, which is our brand new program that just came out? Or am I going to match each person in the group up with the program I think they would do the best with? And it's going to be just a general support group, right? And so I pick my start date. And especially as a new coach, you will run your first challenge group with your sponsor coach. So if you sign up with Michelle, or you sign up with me, or you sign up with Katie, whoever invited you to this call today, you'll run your first group most likely with them, okay? And so what we'll do is I have a script that we follow, and the company also gives us scripts as well. So they'll give us challenge group guides. It's post ideas, recipe ideas, meal plan ideas. And I will every day, I have a post of the day that goes out. Every Monday, I make like a little Monday mindset video for my challengers, so they have like a focus for the week. Every Sunday, I upload a meal plan in there for them to use. And so I love running these challenge groups because it's where I can check in every day with my customers. So let's just say you're a personal trainer and you're, training clients at the gym. You can be supporting them in a challenge group with the nutrition. They can be doing the portion fix. They can be drinking Shakeology once a day. They can be drinking the post-workout recover or energize. You're making a commission for that. Maybe they're paying you for personal training. Maybe their cardio is doing T25, right? But they're getting you 24/7 because they're getting access to you in the support and accountability group. Maybe you're not, you're not a personal trainer, but you want to run these online accountability groups. Well, you don't have to be a personal trainer or a certified nutritionist because Beachbody actually creates the programs by the trainers, by the nutrition experts. We just match people up with the right program and we share with them what's working for us. We're encouraging them. We're using what the company is giving us and we're getting compensated for that along the way. Okay? All right. So, Ellie, how many groups do I run at once? Well, typically one group a month. Sometimes two. For example, when we have a new program that launches, I ran Bar Blend and then a general challenge group also. but it's typically like one group a month. Okay. All right. So the next thing, so that's a little bit about what we do. We support clients in their health and fitness journey. There is the second layer, which is coaching and actually building a team. And I always want to say it's like you're building a house. In order for you to start recruiting a team, you have to have the foundation solid. That means you have to understand our products, our programs, how to support your customers and get them results. Because in order to teach that to somebody else, you have to know it, you have to love it, you have to trust in it, and you got to believe in it. Okay. And then once you know that, you can start inviting other people to do this alongside of you. And then they are going to get access to everything that you get access to as well. Okay. So that's a little bit about the process. So the next thing, we run these challenge groups. So how do we get compensated? That's always a big question that we get, is how do you actually earn a commission? So there are so many bloggers out there. There are so many influencers out there. There are so many writers out there that do not make any money. There are people that have hundreds and thousands of followers and they don't make any money for their followers. There are people out there that have podcasts. They don't make any money for their podcasts. There are people out there that are crushing it in the health and fitness space as personal trainers and nutritionists, but they're capped out on their earnings because they can only physically teach or see so many clients at a time. With Beachbody, the company gives you a platform. We have a website. Every single one of us gets our own unique coach ID, which is tied to us. And anytime we share our site or we create a customized shopping cart for somebody, we get credit for that purchase. So if you buy a challenge pack from me, I am going to get a challenge pack bonus. It could be $40, $50, $60, $70, $80 in one pop based on the type of challenge pack that you buy. If you have a customer that buys Beachbody on demand for 1 year, a membership, I'm going to get a commission from that subscription. Energize, which is our pre-workout. Our post-workout is Recover. We've got boost supplements like a Power Greens and a Focused Energy. We've got the 3-day refresh, which is a plant-based cleanse. Every single thing in our Team Beachbody Coach online office is going to earn us a commission. So you are going to earn commissions based on the products that you sell. Okay. So that is your commissions. Your second level is and you can earn a pretty penny from commissions based on the number of people that you are enrolling, which is a direct result of the number of people you're actually talking to and inviting to join alongside of you. And a lot of that will naturally come as you start sharing your journey and your testimonials by using the products and the programs. That's something we're going to teach you how to do too. Okay. All right. So the next step is we have commissions you can earn. You can just sell. You can just sell the product, run your challenge groups. You don't ever have to build a team. But maybe you're the kind of person that says, I would like to build a team of like-minded people like you have, Melanie, right? Or you have Katie, or you have Michelle, whoever you are, invited you to this call. And if that's the case, then your second level is going to be this thing called Team Cycle Bonus. And that means that you're going to have the opportunity to earn commissions, to earn an income off of the team that you're building that is also producing income as well. That is where you'll exponentially see your income level start to increase. So that is really where you can earn $250 a week as an Emerald coach if your team is actually producing, right? Also, if you are a Diamond coach, it can be upwards of $2,000 a week. Or your cap keeps getting raised all the way up to $10,000 a week. And I know that sounds insane, but the income potential is crazy with the company. It's amazing. And then we also have quarterly bonuses. We have elite bonuses. We have all of these opportunities for you to be able to earn additional income along the way. All right. Okay. So that's a little bit about how you earn in the compensation plan. And somebody had called me 3 times in a row. So that's why I stopped there for a moment to kind of check that out. All right. Okay. So next, just to kind of give you a little bit of kind of a play-by-play, like what kind of training and support are you going to get when you become a coach with Team Beachbody? So our team is, people would call me the systems queen. right? So I believe that having a system is important. I believe that having a guideline to follow is key, because just like anything new that you're doing, it can be overwhelming. So when you sign up to become a coach on our team, you will get a welcome email from your sponsor coach. You will get an invitation to join our team page. You will get an invitation to join our training website that we have, and you will get invited to our new coach kickoff call, which actually is going to happen next Wednesday, February the 5th at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You will get access to our entire step-by-step process for launching your business on social media, right? We are going to teach you how to craft that first post, how to send out invites, how to grow your social media and start really opening the doors for your virtual business that you are creating. We are going to teach you how to market yourself, but we're also going to teach you how to figure out what your brand is and what's your unique spin on the business. We're going to help you with getting outside of your comfort zone and meeting new people, because let's face it, nobody wants to keep hitting up their family and friends over and over again. We want to begin to create a business that connects you to like-minded people. I mean, for goodness sakes, it's 2020 and social media is like the biggest community in the world. Facebook and Instagram, you can find a group for anything. You can connect with like-minded people from the comfort of your own home all over the world. And how cool is that? There are people out there to this day that have no idea what Beachbody coaching is all about or what our products and programs are. So that's the funnest part, is that you can meet and connect with people anywhere. So when you sign up as a coach, you're going to get this first 30-day mentorship. We also do weekly team calls. So every Monday at 12 noon, we do a team call. You will get an invite to that team call. We also do push groups. So as you get further along in your business, we're going to mentor you on how to grow depth in your organization, how to grow and scale, how to become a stronger leader, right? How to develop leadership in your organization. We're going to teach you how to market new products when they launch, how to hit benchmarks like Elite and Premier and Top 10. We offer we do team get-togethers, so we do retreats and we do get-togethers at all of our big Beachbody events throughout the year. So you're not just signing up and being thrown into it and saying, figure it all out. We are actually giving you a system, a process, friends to surround yourself with, and a place where you can actually feel like, hey, these are my people. There's no judgment. It's not a competition, and we're all here to help each other succeed. All right. So that's a little bit about our team. Now, I want to wrap it up because I know I've been talking for like 41 minutes now. So if there is something you want to know from me, now is the time to drop it in the chat bar or in the comment section so I can answer your questions. Okay. So now, what is the next step? So if you're listening to this and you're like, okay, I can see myself doing this. I can totally see myself doing this. Here's what the next step is. The next step is you got to reach out to the person that invited you here, and you need to tell them that you're ready to get signed up. The next thing you need to ask yourself is, do I have Beachbody On Demand right now, or do I not? That's question number one. And then the next question is, what program am I signing up with? Do I want Bar Blend? Do I want to do 80-day obsession? Do I want to do 21-day fix? Do I want to do one of the nutritional programs? Because your best bet for signing up is to sign up with a challenge pack if you do not have Beachbody On Demand, and a completion pack if you do. Why? Because there's a $40 coach sign-up fee when you sign up as a coach, and that fee gets washed away when you buy a challenge pack or a completion pack. And for the month of January, I mean, only until Friday, there's $20 off any Bar Blend challenge or completion pack, and also on the work. So the work challenge pack and the work completion pack. So I would encourage you guys to get that additional $20 off by buying one of those two kits. And that also does include your Beachbody On Demand membership too. Okay, just so that you guys know that. All right, now the next step is you want to let your coach know ASAP that you are interested. For me, I am closing enrollment on Monday, February 2nd for my coach mentorship group. I'm only accepting 10 people. So that's it. When I get 10 people, I'm closing it off. We are done. Next Monday, we will start our preseason, which means I'll be walking you through a series of prep tasks to help you get your business ready for the official launch, right? So that will happen starting on Monday. And then I'm going to be guiding you through that first 30 days and helping you get your business started. So you guys, please don't delay. I know that all the other leaders on here are in the exact same boat. We're all getting ready to launch our next training mentorships, and we want you to be a part of it. I know that Beachbody has literally changed my life. To go from the girl that would walk up to Giant Eagle and I would have my, how many of you have done this? I would have my accordion little binder, and it would have all of my coupons in it that I would cut out of the Sunday paper. And then I would get up to that checkout and I would pray to God that I would swipe that card and I wouldn't get an overdraft fee. I was hoping that we had the funds in there. And I prayed that we would someday be able to afford those family vacations, and that we would be able to have the money to financially move out of our townhouse, right? That we would be able to raise our kids at home together. You guys, I prayed for those days. And when Beachbody came into my life, I didn't recognize or realize the magnitude of what was possible until I really got into it. And I'm so incredibly blessed by this company, by the people I get to surround myself with, by the opportunities that it's given me, for the gifts it has uncovered of public speaking and mentorship and leading that I didn't even know were within me. But it all started with one single decision to say yes, one single decision to do something that I had never done before. And I feel so proud and honored to get to mentor the next group of coaches that are going to come in to our coach mentorship. So I really hope that you take the leap of faith and you become one of the 10 coaches that join our team. You guys, thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to just pause for a moment. I'm going to answer some of your questions. And if you have anything else that you want to know, let me know. But if you are ready to get signed up, go ahead and send your coach a private message, send them an email, let them know you want to get started and you want to be one of those people that they mentor in the month of February. All right, guys, Beachbody is a blessing. Thank you so much for being here. Ellie, all right, is there a bi-yearly or yearly coach fee? Nope, there is not. There is a $16.95 monthly membership fee for being a coach. You get a 25% discount on everything you purchase. So every product and program that you purchase for yourself, you get 25% off, and you just have that monthly membership fee. So even if you're a product user, your product is still cheaper because you get the discount. Okay? Any other questions you might have? You are welcome, Nikki. Absolutely. Anything else, guys? Was I thorough enough? Amber, oh, hi, Amber. It's so good to see you on here. Thank you for hanging out. All right, friends. Well, this was fun and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you guys as a part of our team. And I will talk to you soon. So take care and have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you soon.